Welcome back, everyone. I am back from my hiatus of taking a look at decks for Star Wars Unlimited. That is right, I took a hiatus towards the end of the LOF meta, and I am back now here at the start of the SEC meta. So this is it, folks. This is the last format before Spark Rebellion, Shadows of the Galaxy, and Twilight of the Republic are rotated out of Premier and go into the Legacy format. So it's going to be very interesting to see how decks evolve once those cards are out of the game, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Set 7 isn't even here. We shouldn't think about Set 7 until 2026. Right now, we should be thinking about Set 6, and my first thought was Revan Blue. Yes, Revan, the mono villainy leader from LOF that was kind of dog crap in the game. I actually had a guy, my local, who played him in green, had the showcase, absolutely hated him, traded the showcase for a Kylo Ren showcase. So yeah, that definitely tells you how bad it was. But with the release of Secrets of Power, the 6th set, we got some new cards to buff up this strategy. So I thought for our first deck, let's check out Revan Blue, because I didn't really check out Revan at all when I was playing in the LOF meta, because I really just didn't like him. I didn't really find a deck strategy I really thought about him. I saw people playing mono color, so you did the Lake Country. There was people playing blue, people playing green, people playing yellow. But it really never felt like this deck really had anything. But now I think it really does have some legs to stand on. Are those legs good? No, but you know, there's some legs. It's a good starting point for the legs to be standing on. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at the leader, the base, and then of course, check out the rest of the deck, and then jump to Carabas for our best of one. I guess I should preference this. This is actually Revan Force Blue, because we're not just running a mono blue base, we are running the Force Blue base. So Revan states on his front side, when a friendly unit attacks and defeats a unit and survives, you may exhaust his leader. If you do get an experience token to that unit, he flips for 5, 4, 3, 6. On his backside, he has a restore 1, and then again, it's the same thing when a unit defeats an enemy unit in combat and survives, you can give an experience token to that unit, including himself. We have of course, the Night Sister's Lair. There's only really 2 common blue bases, so pick which one you want. It states when a friendly force unit attacks, you may create the force is with you. For the rest of our deck, we have triple Karis. When defeated, may use the force to give a unit -2/-2. Triple Sith Assassin, the new card from SEC that has hidden a 2/3/2. Triple Atreus Acolyte, again another card we got from SEC, a 2/2/4. Triple Turret has Sentinel, and then when this unit is attacked, you may use the Force, give that attacker -2/-0. Triple Dark Tyrannus shielded, and then while the Force is with you, he gains Ambush. Triple Talzin's Assassin, when played, may use the Force, give a unit -3/-3. Double Darth Malak with Overwhelm, and when played, control your Sith leader, you may play this unit. As a reminder, you have to flip Revan on 5, and you'll have to play Darth Malak so that he can restand himself. We're running 3 of the new Darth Scion 5/5. When played, give an experience over this unit for each enemy unit that was defeated. This phase doesn't care if it was your units that defeated it or anything, as long as a unit was defeated. So if your opponent runs into one of your guys and kills it, that's actually an enemy being defeated. You run into something and kill it, that's you defeating an enemy. So it doesn't care how they were defeated, if it was your stuff, if you defeated them, or if your opponent decided to run into them and defeat them for you, he does not care. And then, so you get the experience tokens. When defeated, this unit had 7 or more power returned to your owner's hand. So I think from the KOTOR 2, I think he was meant to be this guy that could regenerate his wounds and kind of be like near immortal. So, yeah, so that's kind of what they're saying. So it's really easy to get this up to 7. Just kill a couple of things, and even he can kill something, give Revan and give him things, so we can constantly bring him back onto the battlefield, which is pretty nice. We're running triple Anakin Skywalker. We're only caring about the villainy aspect here. When played, if there's a villainy card or discard, you gain -3/-3 to something for the phase. And then we're doing 2 Darth Nihilus, the other KOTOR 2 character. Remember, Darth Atreus is a yellow card, so she's in Cunning. When played on attack, deal 3 damage to a unit with the least remaining HP among other units. That includes yours and your opponent's, so be cautious on that when you and Darth Nihilus, that he can drain your own guys as well. If it's a non, and then if they're tied, you do get to choose. So if you and your opponent are tied on least remaining HP, you can then choose your opponent. But if there's no tie and you are the least remaining HP, you have to kill your own guys. You have to deal with damage your own guys. If it's a non-vehicle unit, give an experience token to this unit. So he can get pretty out of hand pretty quick. Really like it. Again, his whole stick of why he's absorbing is in KOTOR 2. He has Force Drain and he must consume the essence of the Force to stay alive. So again, a really good card. I expect a lot of villainy strategies to maybe play like 1 or 2 of this in some strategy or even side deck them. For the space, I'm only running 2 Avengers. I don't expect this to get far into the late game, but they're just here for if we absolutely need to get to the late game. Finally, for events, we have 2 emergency powers. The new rare from 𝐒𝐓 that states choose a non-leader unit and pay any number of resources. For each resource paid this way, give an experience token to the chosen unit. So really nice. So if you have 7 units, you pay the 1, then you have 6 remaining. You can give that 6 to something else. So you could give that to Darth Sion, pumping him up and making sure that he can actually survive. And or you can do it on Malak, or you can do it on Sion, or you can do it on really anyone. It's just a nice way to pump up your guys, make them big, and punch into your opponent's stuff. Even make an Avenger huge. Triple power on the dark side. It makes sense when you're in villainy blue. You got to play power. Double Fellow Dragon, triple takedown, triple no glory, triple super laser blast. If we have to get in those gummy late game states, this is just a great way to clean board states. And finally, 2 Revan's lightsaber to attach to a Sith unit. It gains grit. Most of our stuff is grit. A great thing to put on him would be Darth Sion. And then put emergency powers onto him and make him humongous, or put it under Darth Nihilus because of his ability to absorb stuff. He can get a little out of hand as well. And then finally, I'm running 2 constructed lightsabers. If it's attached to a villainy unit, it will gain raid 2 to everything. So that's kind of nice. Most of our stuff is, none of our things are mono except for turret, so we won't really have like Sentinel. So we won't get that Sentinel buff there unless we put on like Anakin or anything. But still, we can either put it under a couple of our guys to get Sentinels, or we're going to have a raid 2 on the attack, which is pretty nice. So overall, that is our Revan Blue deck. Let's take it to Carabas and see how well we do. All right, folks, here we go for our best of 1. We got Leia Data Vault. Okay, so this is Leia of 𝐒𝐓. No, that's we are mulliganing that. But it's a very interesting Leia leader. Wow, nothing. Absolute nothing. There's no 1-turn starters too, so we're just gonna have to claim here that really does suck. But interesting enough, so you pay 1 tap, disclose any color besides villainy. If you do, give an experience over the unit that doesn't share an aspect with the disclosed card. So and one big feature about Leia that you have to be kind of cautious on is Leia's really unique thing. So if you disclose a blue heroic, you cannot give, like, say you disclose a heroic card or a green card, but it has heroic attached to it. You can't give it to this card here because he shares still an aspect of heroic. So, yeah, no, the Leia leader is not like overly strong in that sense of the word, because it absolutely kind of just really sucks, because the fact of the matter is that you are required to show a card that doesn't share any aspects with this card. So yeah, that really does absolutely hurt this strategy 100%. I mean, we're coming up on our turn 4, because this would be the turn we bring out Chirrut. So let's bring out Chirrut. We can guard ourselves. This can max out to 3, as it's a thing here. We do have the Constructed Lightsaber, which is nice to put under Revan. So showing me green, giving experience token. We're just going to claim the initiative. She still has to punch me in the face here, so that's a thing. Unless they, of course, they use moral. Of course, unless they show me, unless they once again use legal authority. Tachi captures an enemy non-leader unit with less power than it. Admiral Akbar to deal me 2 damage, and then Chu-Chi does get. Oh, Chu-Chi didn't attack. Okay, that's interesting. Guess we're gonna put the Anakin away. Hit base. That does allow me to create the Force, which is kind of what I needed. Now the big question is, I don't think I'll burn the Force for Chirrut. Chirrut die. There is a big question: do you burn the Force here for Chirrut? Technically, I guess I could. I could burn the Force for the Chirrut. We're going to use, again, the ability to pump a guy up by 1. It's going to have to be Senator 𝐂𝐓𝐾𝐒. 5 or more power on that. 1,000 Assassin gives a -3/-3. That would bring it down to a 1/4. Unfortunately, Revan wouldn't be able to kill it. We can shield, trigger the ambush, smash into Senator 𝐂𝐓𝐾, meaning that if he does come after, meaning if this attacks and goes after turret, this will kill turret. This will kill Senator 𝐂𝐓𝐾 because of the effect of unless we get a moral authority, which by legal authority, which gives a +2 to that. They're gonna grab the turret with it. Technically, Revan doesn't die to this. I'll do a soft pass. Yep, heal 1 damage from their own base, and then all other officials get restore 2. Admiral Ackbar is an official, by the way, so we'll just deploy Revan here. And then, of course, we'll be able to go 1,000 Assassin onto this, and because that will be 1 less. That'll be 1 less elf point, meaning that we can kill it. So we'll be able to knock out this. We'll probably go Revan after Admiral Ackbar to kill him. All right, give another experience token. All right, I know what we're doing. Claim the initiative. Basically, we could just fell the dragon this off the board. I think we could put an emergency powers away. I know I don't want to do that because of everything, but this can kill that, and then turret gets to come back out again, which is nice. Now we actually have turret active once more, which is very much nice because that means that Admiral Ackbar now has to go after this, and now he has to show a mono blue color to buff up, or a mono yellow color. Aren't you in green? I guess we're just playing all the colors of the rainbow today. Swing 4 at the base. As a reminder, I still have the ability to guard out turret here, so if Admiral Ackbar wants to attack, Leia is a 4/7, yes, but I do take 2 less damage from one of these guys. Revan attack, restore 1. We do have the ability to, like, next turn, no glory on the results to kill something off. So we're not out of this game just yet. But I'm surprised people were actually even playing Leia. Like, this leader just doesn't look good. She does the exact same thing on her backside as she does on her front side. So you're going to take back 3 to your face, which means then that, like, Darth Tyrannus can attack here. Leia on attack, once again, we disclose any color besides villainy. If you get an experience token to a unit that doesn't show the aspect. So I know you're going to show me the yellow color again and give the experience token to Leia. This will auto kill turret. We will claim the initiative here. And again, Admiral Ackbar can kill turret here. Yep. That will be a kill on turret. Poor turret. Down he went. Down he goes, everybody. Poor turret. Down he went. Now we have another legal authority. Onto Darth Tyrannus. Okay. More legal authority. Authority is being legalized everywhere, everybody. I think we're gonna have to put away the 1,000 Assassin. Okay, what is our plan now? Well, my plan there, I think, is to the forces with me and then trigger to give myself an experience token. We can still have the ability to throw on the extracted lightsaber. I guess we could have done that and then swung over. I guess that's still not enough power to kill Leia here, unfortunately. And unfortunately, with 3 cards still left in his hand, we would need, like, to kill this and then have the ability to, like, power the dark side off one of these 2. So, because that's the problem. If he just rests another guy, then I really don't have an ability. Here we go for another experience token on that one. I'm just going to immediately merc that off the board. I really don't need that Abrak bar punching me in the face. All right, so Leia's burned. I really don't know still how I'm going to kill off that Leia. I guess we go construct a lightsaber. We go up to 6. We get a rate 2 going us up to 8. That does allow us to immediately be able to kill off this Leia, unless we draw into Super Laser Blast. 5 or less remaining HP. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, we're just a couple points short. So we'll put this away. We can go like Fail the Dragon on this, killing it. And if he decides to swing first with Leia, so we can Fail the Dragon that. So if he decides to swing first with Leia, that does give us power of the dark side, so we can knock out Leia. If he plays another unit, okay, we are going to go construct a lightsaber under. Again, the +2/+0 only lasts for the phase, but this is definitely going to be a pretty painful Leia coming down. Going after Dark Revan. Yeah, this will kill Revan, by the way. But that does give us the ability to go after, like, use takedown on her. We'll just claim the initiative. The Avenger's pretty nice, but we're going to have to pass on this one. These are all just really good kill cards right now. Kill that, get back to Dark Tyrannus. All right, well, this Leia leader has been a nuisance to deal with, that's for sure. She has been a nuisance to deal with. 100% was not expecting this Leia leader to be this hard to actually counteract against. I mean, they basically giving experience tokens out of the wazoo here, so not surprised. I mean, this is kind of what this deck wants to do, give experience tokens. The Data Vault is actually not that bad of an idea. I mean, the Legal Authority is also pretty interesting. Thanks for allowing me to kill that off the board for attaching Figure of Unity, which, by the way, is attach to a unit while this unit is ready. Each other friendly unit gains overwhelm, raid 1, or restore 1. We will just claim the initiative here. Darth Malik. I mean, Malik is pretty nice. But I think I want to drop my Avenger here. Because I want to be able to use the Avenger to start counteracting his board state. Meaning he has to play at least 2 units a turn. Otherwise, the Avenger just starts murking things off the board. Which is pretty nice here. Allowing me to just straight up kill things without any worries. So he is going to show me the necessary cards. Again, it's Command, Heroic. So that means I get to draw 1. Still very annoying. Very, very annoying. But again, now they have to play 2 cards per turn because the Avenger will, if I claim initiative, the Avenger automatically murks 1 guy off the board before they get to attack. He does get the Leia trigger as well, so he could pay the 1, reveal a guy. That's just going to straight die. So, yep. We're just claim. At this point right now, okay, so they did play 2, so it means they do have the ability to kill 1 thing off with the event. Allow 1 thing to die off with the Avenger and allow another thing to survive. Which isn't too bad if you ask me. That's what you need to do if you see an Avenger in the sky and you don't have like a way to counteract it. Because Legal Authority can still come down, but attached unit catches a non-leader unit with less power than it. So that is the problem. Right now, Legal Authority doesn't really have much of a use right now because there really isn't a way for him to capture a 8/8 Avenger. So he's going to have to find a different way to capture out the Avenger here. Let's see. We'll have Dark Tyrannus kill that and then give us another token. And then we can go power the dark side because, again, there's nothing really else to really do. So we can power and then we can bring out both of the Acolyte and Karis and just start spanning up the bodies on our side of the board. Like I said, otherwise they need to claim here. Otherwise, for any aspect here, I just win. Because if they don't claim, I claim. Avenger swing here first and I win game. Because the Avenger just starts cutting bodies out of the sky. Okay, so we played into the body. Well, I really didn't want to use no glory on the results there, but I think I have to use no glory on the results. Yeah, and I had power of the dark side, and I was going to win that game either way. So, I mean, there's not much they could have done, so we took the win. Well, there you go, folks. Revan Blue, or Revan Force Blue, did get a win, but I came at Leia. So we'll have to kind of see how this deck does. Do I feel like this deck is still very powerful? Yes, it has some nice legs. Are those legs stable and walking legs? I really don't think so. I think there are still some things this deck still struggles with, and I do fear, like, when I was doing my live stream last Friday, I saw a lot of JTL leaders. This deck really doesn't have outs to JTL leaders. And because of that, it's going to struggle into like a base JTL meta. So if Luke, Boba, Han, Poe, or even Kaz start coming back to being very strong viable deck strategies, then this deck is going to struggle because all I'm really running in Space Hate is the Avenger. Yeah, I have a lot of like good like hate cards like Power, Fell, Takedown, No Glory, Super Laser Blast, but again, JTL leaders are really strong at just building mass board states in Sky and then harming you with chip damage, like Boba's indirect abilities, and Luke's ability to chip damage you with his leader skill, Poe never really dying, Kazuto being quick on the pace. So yeah, I think we are going to see a very interesting meta. I do feel like JTL leaders are still very strong. Now the one problem is they are definitely very squishy. The only JTL leader I think that actually has the better squishiness to survive is going to be, of course, Luke from JTL, because of the fact he can't be removed by upgrade hate. And since we have the Constable now being an upgrade hate card, yeah, that's going to be around. But nonetheless, there are some good legs here. Good legs. Some good legs here for this to work. The one problem is this is going to lose a lot of its really good kill support once we rotate out. So I don't know where those legs will be. For right now, it has some nice legs. It's a really fun deck. If it goes off, it can go off. If you can get Dark Scion to come out, and then you can give him emergency powers, or even like a Darth Revan's lightsaber, this guy can be huge, and there's very little you can do against it. If you get Darth Nihilus to go running off, then there's nothing much your opponent can do about it either. So I think it's a really cool deck. I like that there's a little bit of evolution from it from LOF, where it was like dog water, horrible bad. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad it's got some legs. Are those legs good? No. But are they some fun legs? Yeah. Are they some legs you should go and try out? Yeah. I think I could take this to a locals, see how well it does against a local seed and all of that. Like I said, I just think that right now, from my feeling from my live stream, that JTL leaders are going to be very much viable until people start figuring things out to deal with JTL leaders again. But again, we have a lot of upgrade hates. I just think Luke Skywalker is going to be one of those JTL leaders I think a lot of people are just going to hate, because he got some interesting support from Sec, especially with the new Strike Force TIE Fighter, and especially with Kaz. So with that said, you guys let me know your thoughts out in the comments on Revan Blue. What are your thoughts on Revan's new cards? What are your thoughts on the KOTOR 2 cards? And what are your thoughts overall? Do you think Revan actually even has a chance in this meta? My opinion, not at all. I think he's just a deck you're going to take to your locals to have some fun with. Other than that, he's kind of dog water. But you guys can let me know all of that down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you get notified when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you next time on More Dragons TCG.